can't say that! Oh wait, never mind. It's not Black History Month anymore. Go ahead.
Hey, welcome back to the first podcast. This is probably the first guestless recording in a while, and we're going to try our best to not be scuffed and edgy.
Yeah.
Take us in, Tristan. Why'd you turn off your face cam?
Do you guys want it on?
This is an audio
I mean, we're not
podcast,
gonna
so it
use
doesn't
it.
matter. You don't know.
Yeah, like
Oh, you can.
I figured it didn't matter. I turned it on out of habit, and then I remembered, like, oh wait, this isn't a YouTube recording.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I like how my voice cracked. I have a clip for you guys that I had found.
Okay.
And I was curious to get your thoughts on it. Okay. So
A little bit
All right,
bi-curious.
So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip. Are you ready?
Whoa. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Here we go.
Anyone who is listening to this, there's this podcast called The First Podcast, and I'm friends with the two hosts. So if you want to check that out, it's not on YouTube, but it's on a platform called Audio Boom, and I think it's on Spotify and iTunes. And they have a lot of pretty cool guests. I think they're going to record an episode today, which is Thursday. You like Call Me Carson or something like that.
Wow, TJ, that was a really good voice clip.
How old is that?
Because I don't remember 5 years old at this point.
Holy shit.
Dude, you sound like a baby.
The mics, it was a different mic. I think that was like a Blue Yeti.
Dude.
And then it sounded, I almost thought that was AI generated.
I thought that was AI too. TJ, you sound like your balls are still lodged up in your colon, like they haven't even fucking dropped yet.
I don't think it was that long ago.
Well, then why'd you sound like a 2-year-old? You're like, hey guys, it's Teach.
The mic.
There's a first podcast that's pretty cool. Do you like Call Me Carson? It's on Audio Boom. I'm friends with the hosts. Spaghetto, you should go on that podcast. And what she proceeded to tell me to do for a month straight. And then I eventually went on the first podcast. And then all you did was talk about like Alexa and Amazon, like Echoes, ordering giant big black dildos. And that was my introduction to this show.
Alexa, order a 50-pack of big black dildos, like 20-inch long, from Bad Dragon.
I love your optimism that it's going to understand and parse that command. Was that from the Spaghetto podcast? Because I assume that was like at least 5 years ago. That was from the Pastacast.
The Spaghetto. Well, the podcast that preceded the Spaghetto podcast.
Yeah. I've since then gotten rid of those videos. Like they're all private.
Yeah, but that audio clip still exists. So.
Well, yeah, it's because you have like access to my private videos.
No. I was going through my archives today in my downloads folder, and I found it. Yeah.
You just found audio of just like baby Teach being like, "Hey guys, I'm friends with this podcast."
I was. Trust. If this was like 2019, I still would have been in my 20s.
Why'd you sound like you were like 4 years old?
Yeah. Why did you sound like you were recently like neutered?
I think it was just the mic.
Okay.
TJ was just like a baby deer just dropped out of the vagina onto the ground, just stumbling around for the first time, like, first podcast!
Anyway, welcome to the show.
Okay.
Last time we recorded a guestless episode, we did it in secret because we had some really risque topics that I didn't really want everyone to tune into live because they could have taken clips from it. And
we had to take out the parts where Lars was just like nigga Lars because like,
all right, thanks.
It sounds like the N-word, but it actually is just like a Scott Pilgrim reference. It's a Scott Pilgrim reference.
Yeah, I censored it to be funny, by the way, just because, like, in context, like, when I edited it, because I very slowly edited an episode for once.
Yeah.
I also would have
I'm gonna
asked
say-
you to censor
wait.
it anyways, just for like
But it's not.
brand sake.
I mean,
the concept he was
to be
talking about. It's already in comic books. Like, it's
Yeah.
not that weird.
There's Negasonic Teenage Warhead. There's Nega Scott. It's not offensive, and I don't want to pretend that it is.
There's Eggman Nega. There's the Nega Chin from Fairly Odd Parents. Like, that's like a common thing.
All right, every time TJ says it, though, we don't have to censor it. Don't worry.
Why? Because he's a weeb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, what he was talking about, it's like Bizarro Superman, okay? That's basically what he was talking about.
It is, yeah. And I'm not going to say it now because otherwise Treston's going to be like, oh, I can't believe you said that. You like,
Okay,
that
hold
little,
on.
like,
I'm
white
not going to
person
say
offended.
that. You can say it. Go ahead.
What?
You can say it. I'm not going to do that. Go ahead.
Negra Arroyo Lane.
Oh, Lars, you can't say that.
That would be a good clip for a soundboard.
Oh wait, never mind. It's not Black History Month anymore. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it hasn't been Black History Month for like several months.
Yeah, I'm a
Listen,
little bit
what
behind.
Yeah.
Why did it sound like you found the Loki mask from the mask and you put it on and you just started like transforming into like the mask character where you're like what the fuck was that?
What do I just
You're,
sound like
Stanley
an old
Ipkiss.
like an old car starting up, just like?
Oh,
That's called motorboating.
wait.
Okay.
Speaking of old cars starting up, Treston, I found out something about you yesterday, which was very Kafka-esque, which is that, so for context, we're recording this in June of 2023, and
Yes.
Treston told me
June 9th.
he hadn't gotten an oil change since September 2022?
Shut the fuck up! No, you're not supposed to say that.
So why did you not change your oil in your car? Were you not worried about it dying?
I was broke for a while, and then since I haven't been driving as much lately, I just forgot, and then I kept forgetting, and then
Well, just because
when
you
my
don't,
check,
I mean, if you literally drive ever, there is a certain point in which you need to change it, though.
yeah, I realized that when my check engine light came on and the car started going, and then I'm like, oh
Preston,
shit, and
All you gotta do is just go to your local Jiffy Lube and they'll lube you up into Jiffy.
I did, but then
Another-
they said,
yeah.
"Oh, God, hold on, let me finish the story." So after changing my oil, the Jiffy Lube person's just like, "Yeah, your car underneath is kind of fucked up, and you have like a bunch of like issues. You should go to O'Reilly's and have them like scan your car and see what's going on." So I went over
Yes.
to O'Reilly's and had them scan the engine code or whatever. Fucking tweakers in my area tried to saw off my Cadillac converter, broke it, and now it's just destroyed and leaking.
Wait. You mean catalytic converter? Why'd you say Cadillac converter?
Because that's what the employee told me. So I guess he said it wrong, and then I'm just fed the wrong information.
Yeah, because you don't drive a Cadillac.
Okay, well, anyways, the catalytic converter.
So what the fuck is a Cadillac converter?
Catalytic.
Converts your car. It converts things into Cadillacs. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyway.
the car part underneath my car that makes the car go vroom was sawed off partially by tweakers, but then they didn't bother to take the part. They just left it in my vehicle still broken. So now my car is louder, and that's a $500 fix. So thanks, tweakers.
Anyway, yeah.
Those goddamn gas station tweakers.
Yep.
Honestly, I think we should just start just like hunting tweakers.
For context, me and Tristan live somewhere that has had lots of problems with meth.
Oh, okay.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah,
I
like
feel
we
like you're
live
gonna
inside
you can
breaking.
get tweakers just about anywhere, though. That's
No, like
I know, but we just live in a especially like a tweaker county. So
yeah, it's one of the.
By the way, do you guys,
worst in this- Jesus Christ! What?
Okay, so should we? Do you guys want to talk about Tears of the Kingdom at all? Because I
a little bit, yeah, a
Yeah,
little
okay.
bit.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Back to the meth real quick. At the point
Oh.
TJ's trying to make
What is it with you and meth?
what is
I'm
it with you
trying to
guys who
agree
Breaking Bad references?
What is it with you guys interrupting me like every sentence in the last minute?
You do that to me as well.
I was going to agree with you, TJ, and back it up with saying, like, we live in one of the worst drug-ridden areas in the country. And
yes,
every time we reference Breaking Bad, I'm realizing we live inside Breaking Bad, and it kind of sucks.
Yes, sir.
we don't live in Albuquerque though.
No, like just like in general.
Oh, is that why you keep saying Lars from Albuquerque? Is that another sneaky?
Yes,
you guys are like
finally got
with
the
joke. Fucking show. Like you guys are just
you got the joke.
You guys like live and breathe Walter. Like you just can't.
Walter.
Lars from New Mexico.
I can't have sex with you right now, Walter.
Yes, we know the
I don't
meme.
think Mike's gay.
Walter.
That's the joke.
Yeah. I don't think he's a homosexual. He doesn't give me that vibe.
Oh, TJ, do you want to talk about how there's this lady living on your lawn because of meth?
I don't want to talk about that.
Come on.
Please. No, let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom.
No, that sounds like the elephant in the room. He's not ready to address it yet. And hey,
okay, you don't
let people take their time with the elephant in the room, Tristan, right?
Okay, TJ, we can talk about the meth lady living in a trailer on your lawn later.
She doesn't do meth. Oh my god. Okay, could we please? This is like personal stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, by the way, I think this is kind of relevant now.
God,
I looked it up.
He's turning into the mask again.
Yeah, I looked it up, and apparently, like, the average a number of months until podcast hosts just hate each other and all quit the show is about 7 months. So, yeah, I think we're at 3 or 4 at this point.
Oh, okay, so I can't leave yet.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Not quite yet.
Is this based on all podcasts or just this podcast? Because we've had, 3 different.
Oh no, yeah, this is just like
hosts.
a general survey from Pew Research.
Oh, okay.
I also completely made it up. I just thought it would be
like
a funny little
you always do that.
observation.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying not to get possessed by Stink Meaner.
Did we invite the Tasmanian devil onto the podcast?
You guys remember that guy? It was a weird bit of 90s like chaos.
Yeah, good old Taz.
He existed before the 90s, though. He's like from the 40s.
He's from the what?
Do you not know anything about Looney Tunes?
No, I'm sorry, TJ. My Looney Tunes expertise is not up to snuff. I apologize. I didn't know I was going to need that for the podcast.
Lars, it sounds like you've only watched Space Jam, and that's like your reference for Looney Tunes.
What's wrong with that?
I
It's
mean,
a lot better Looney Tunes related media besides Space Jam.
Okay.
I usually never know what anyone's talking about, but I even know that Looney Tunes has been around for like 100 years.
I mean, no, yeah, I'm aware that it exists as a concept and it has been around for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, but then why did you say just like, oh yeah, the 90s, Tasmanian devil, that silly little guy.
All right, Lars, who's your favorite Looney Tunes
that's
character?
How they positioned him in 90s cartoons.
Okay.
Playing basketball?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Looney Tune?
So,
I don't have a favorite Looney Tune, Preston.
Who do you kin with
Lola Bunny.
Looney Tunes?
Never mind. Okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I want to say my favorite Looney Tune.
Oh, okay.
I was going to talk about... No, fuck you. I was going to talk about how I really like Marvin the Martian, and Duck Dodgers was like my childhood.
I like Marvin.
Wait,
yeah,
why
Marvin's good.
Marvin the Martian's
cool. Why is
cool.
Porky Pig bottomless?
Because...
Why do Bugs and Daffy not wear clothes? Except,
why
Bugs
do like
wears
some
gloves.
of them wear clothes and some of them don't? And then some of them just like have their penis like hypothetically hanging out. What's the...
It's a cartoon trope. I mean, Donald Duck doesn't wear pants either.
Yeah, it's less weird because he's a duck.
The reason the reason Squidward does it is because he confirmed in the recent game Lars and I played that squids don't have cocks.
Right.
I remember there's like a scene from an old Donald Duck cartoon where he's taking a shower and then he puts a towel around his waist like he needs to cover up even though he never wears pants. It's really weird.
It implies that he has a wiener.
Like Bugs Bunny.
Squidward does that too in the show sometimes, and I'm just like, bro, you don't wear pants.
Yeah. Also, it must be horrifying if you think about it, because one of the things, like one of the first episodes of the show established that ducks have a corkscrew dick. So,
yes,
like if you ever
Daffy Duck,
it
Donald
must
Duck.
always be out of frame, I guess, like just slightly.
Okay, so
do you feel bad? Do you feel bad for Daisy Duck then?
No, She's a bitch.
That's why they were getting a divorce. We established that on the Frankie.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a bitch. I hate it.
Wait, is Daisy his sister
What?
or his wife?
No,
Oh,
no,
wait.
love
You might-
interest. A lot of times they make the romantic interest just kind of look like the male character, but they put a bow on their
okay.
head. You know, like Miss Pac-Man or
To
Minnie
give
Mouse.
context for that just absurd quote of me saying I recently gone through a breakup, so I'm just kind of raw right now.
Okay, I'm still gonna censor it, but
You're raw
That's fine.
dogging.
Okay, guys.
Do you identify with the relationship between Donald Duck and Daisy Duck or
well,
something?
kinda.
Okay.
'cause
Anyways,
they're,
moving on.
That's how my penis is
Okay.
shaped as well. What? Okay.
Have you guys ever dropped your keys down like in a spot you can't grab them?
No.
Yes.
So like, what if you dropped your keys down like a storm drain and you can't get it, but then there's a duck nearby
Pennywise the
and
clown.
you
I was gonna
grab
say
the
Pennywise.
duck and you like put the duck on top of the storm drain and you like use his gigantic corkscrew.
All right, I went ahead and kicked him from the call. Okay.
I was gonna make an it joke where there's a clown inside the storm drain.
What's wrong with trying to use a duck to fish your keys out of a storm drain? It's being smart.
How do you get the corkscrew to come out?
You show it a picture of Daisy Duck.
Okay.
God.
What?
New topic.
Hypothetically,
New topic.
hypothetically, could you get that to work?
Probably
All right. Here's the
not.
topic. Lola Bunny. Lola
Why?
Bunny.
Why?
There we go.
Well, can we not talk about like Looney Tunes for the entire podcast?
This isn't
Daisy Duck
This
isn't
is-
Looney Tunes. It's Disney.
this isn't Looney Tunes. This is the ethics and the ability to use a duck's to rescue your car keys.
This is
Ethics.
Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse bullshit. This
Well,
is Mickey Mouse
is it
bullshit.
ethical to use a duck's to save your keys?
I mean, if it works.
Yeah, like what if it worked? Then you're just like, damn.
Yeah, but it probably
Works,
wouldn't.
girl, 'cause
And
it's
you'd probably
an-
just be abusing an animal at that point.
Oh,
Lars, what is your favorite waterfowl? Do you prefer ducks or geese or swan?
Geese?
Like, which one is your favorite?
fucking fuck
Geese.
geese.
決着をつけてやるぜギースハワード
No, I hate geese because, okay, so in the game SNK versus Capcom, there's this ultra
Yeah.
boss, and there's a trope called the SNK boss in video games where is
Mhm.
made famous by
Mhm.
guess who, and basically they crank up the health of the boss. They make him like with like level over 9,000 AI, and he just beats the shit out of you over and over again. And it was designed back in the day to suck quarters from you, but they kept it in the console versions. It's
Yeah.
bullshit, and I won't stand for it.
What game is this?
SNK versus Capcom, or really anything by SNK.
Oh,
Like King of
Yeah.
Fighters or
Or
whatever.
Guilty
What,
Gear. They do
what's
that,
the
they do
boss
that
called?
shit in Guilty Gear too. I noticed, by the way. It's fucked up.
oh yeah.
So you like fighting games?
I remember Geese is like the guy with like no hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Wait.
was gonna be in Smash, but then they decided to put him in Tekken, and then in the Tekken reveal trailer, he literally like falls from the building, the same way he does in the Smash Bros. Trailer.
Nice.
When they introduced Terry,
Yeah, because Geese tries to get the letter and he falls from the building, and then in the Tekken trailer, he falls to the ground and lands in Tekken.
You guys remember that time that Terry
What do you-
said,
Power wave
yeah.
and then
Is he supposed to be American? He's supposed to be American, but in Smash Bros, they use his Japanese VA, so he speaks like really broken English.
It
Yeah.
sounds like he's saying Harambe every time he like throws fire at you.
yeah, I think that was like a reference for like the meme lords of the 2016s.
He's a bit of like like an American stereotype of how Japanese people view Americans.
Yeah. What is like attractive and muscular and awesome? Or what do you
Blonde
mean?
hair. Well, like Guile was like that too, like in
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
That's a bit
He's
of
like a
weird one.
stereotype of an American.
Mhm.
Oh, we got Darth Vader on the mic again.
Can you not?
This is an ASMR outro. Justin.
hold on. My mic's too close. Is that better?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't breathe into the mic. Okay. What do you think is a more embarrassing name to have, geese or butts?
Butts
What
by
the
far.
fuck
'Cause
is this
Geese
topic?
is just like a video game. You could just say, "Oh yeah, my mom and dad were SNK fans." It was weird. But
No,
butts,
I'm still on the topic of SNK because there is a character named Butt,
the character named Butt.
if you remember from Fatal Fury.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
TT?
Ace Attorney.
No, I'm still talking about SNK stuff.
Okay, I'm looking this up.
Kush Nude Butt.
Oh, Kush
is
Nude
his
Butt.
name.
Yeah. No, I think he's just called
Kush Nude
Marco
Butt.
Rodriguez, though.
In the Japanese version, in the American version, they changed his name to Kush Nude
Yeah.
Butt.
Why?
What was wrong with Marco Rodriguez?
I don't know. Because he's supposed to be
Yeah.
No,
Brazilian.
to give
they
context,
changed his name to
TJ, Lars and I have been playing Ace Attorney. In the first episode, there's this guy named Larry Butts.
Yeah.
But everyone keeps calling him Harry Butts, and that's what I thought you were referencing.
No. I was still talking about SNK and I guess Capcom stuff. Well, okay, Ace Attorney's Capcom. I'm sorry, I'm just talking about fighting
Wait, so
games.
is that like a situation in like Parks and Recreation where there's a character named Darwish Sabir Ishmael Ghani, and then he changes his name to Tom Haverford? Or like what?
Where did Tristan go?
I don't know.
Why is he in the audience?
Buddy, we were recording a podcast. Can you join there?
I just wanted
Back
to
in
see
here.
what it felt like to sit amongst the peasants.
Oh. You mean our audience at discord.gg/the first podcast if you want to tune into these episodes live and listen to this horse shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, with what Lars said, I would think, isn't that just kind of like when someone from Asia immigrates to America, and then they kind of, because their name's a bit hard to pronounce
Yes.
for English speakers, they just go by an Americanized.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
that's
literally
like,
have a
my-
friend that does that.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. That was actually, that's actually common in college, especially, where their name will be really obscure. I had a roommate named Kyun Young,
Filthy Frank is coming to get you.
and he just went by Young because people could just like pronounce that pretty easily. But it worked
How
pretty
old
well.
was he?
I don't know, like 21.
Then he's not
So
young.
10 plus 9. Right, it was Asian.
Did you inhale the Joker gas, Tristan? What's
Oh,
going on?
I have a request. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. Do you
What's
guys
that?
want to, since this is a guestless episode, we can kind of like freeform a bit more. Do you guys want to take some questions from the audience to try and get some fan engagement?
Sure.
Sure. Well, while that's happening, I would like Lars to get into his, because since he wants to talk about Tears of the Kingdom, I don't want to, steamroll him too much.
Oh, yeah, I had completely
Wait.
forgotten about it. Okay.
yeah.
We got plenty of time.
Okay. So, Tears of the Kingdom is a pretty good game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've heard. I just don't have a Switch.
It's I hear it's worth the money.
Yes.
Are you gonna play through Breath of the Wild, Tristan? Because you said you had it, right?
Lars and I really have a like backed up recording schedule right now. Like you have no
I
idea.
can tell that
can
was
see that.
genuine on his part because he was like, Lars and I really got it back to recording schedule. And
Well, it's just like
he's right.
it's like a big poop in my ass.
Yeah.
It's just like it won't come out until I
Mhm.
really push. But
Yeah.
Well, there's our
Mhm.
poop mention for the
Yep.
episode.
Yep.
you got to slip it in just
you know,
once.
Breaking Bad.
Making that guy from Apple Podcasts really happy, like the guy that
Mhm.
left the review about wanting more poop in the podcast.
Every time we have a podcast, I always have a checklist. I always tell TJ to shut the fuck up, reference Breaking Bad, wheeze or laugh, and mention poop.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm going to add one. Tristan forgets something that we talked about like yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. All right,
Tristan has breathing problems during the episode.
if you guys want
There we
to speak on stage and ask us a question, type 1 in the chat.
And if you don't, just go ahead and ignore it and we'll continue on as normal. By the way, there's a couple things I want to get into while we're here.
Yes.
And one of them
Yeah.
is patreon.com/T1podcast. If you've been tuning to these episodes for a long time and you want to help support the show, just a heads up, there are actually new bonus episodes of the podcast out this month. These are episodes that no one else gets to listen to, and they were recorded during precarious times in Tristan's life. If you want to hear a very, very funny yet terrible, tragic recording with Tristan when he was deeply sick with the Rona in particular, and yeah, was just going to the point where he was just leaking phone numbers and addresses left and right for no real reason. Go to patreon.com/T1podcast to really help support the show and Tristan's endeavors. You get a funny role in the
Yes.
Discord, a patron-only chat, early release privileges for all videos on the first podcast channel, all early release episode, and all early release videos from the Spaghetto Gamer channel. And that's going to do it for the ads.
To add on to that, no, hold on. For all the videos Lars and I have been doing early, like at some points, if you subscribe to the Patreon, we've had videos for the YouTube channel like a week ahead of their actual release.
Yeah, so
that is extremely early.
Yes.
And go check it out because it's $2 a month for early videos like a week in advance at several points, and we work very hard to get this shit out early, so we appreciate all the support.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You haven't been there for the smoke-filled meetings that we have at 3 a.m. because we have injuries and can't sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though Treston's house is always smoke-filled, that's why he's always hacking and coughing on the podcast.
A little insight to like the process. Last night, Lars and I were up, like half the night just anyways, so we spent most of the night just designing thumbnails.
Yep.
And I think there's like 8 variations of one different thumbnail for Pikmin that I just could not decide on.
Wow, you're just like Mr. Beast.
Just like Mr. Beast. Just like
All right, Table, you ready to speak?
Mr. Beast.
You take a shit and there's no toilet paper. What you doing?
Well, I mean, you're in the bathroom, so you just jump into the shower. I mean, it's not that hard.
It depends on where I'm at and like what I have around me.
All right, well, that's it. You can destroy me now.
Thanks, Table.
There is an explosive device underneath Lars's floorboards. If you do not answer a question, it will go off in 30 seconds.
Oh no!
Answer my riddle.
Lars!
Answer my riddle.
We gotta save Lars!
I'm not the only one that can turn into a Batman villain.
Anyway, you guys wanna move on?
Yeah. I there was like some stuff about Tears of the Kingdom I wanted to get your opinions on that. I mean,
I haven't
recently.
been looking at the game at all because I still haven't played Breath of the Wild. So I was, yeah.
Oh, these aren't spoilers.
Oh, okay.
They're just like generic.
Well, hold on, I'm
things
gonna
about the
take off
game.
my pants. Go ahead and ask him anyway, though.
Proof?
He's going Donald Duck mode.
Proof?
I sent you proof yesterday. You screenshotted it on Snapchat.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me send proof in the chat real quick.
Why?
Actually, wait, no, never mind. That might get me in trouble.
Preston, you realize that the whole point of Snapchat is
wait,
that
you sent me proof
feed
yesterday? Wait, what the fuck?
the messages. They're supposed to be ephemeral. That's the entire purpose.
You sent me proof yesterday? Really?
Lars, you need to post a picture of yourself wearing a Donald Duck cosplay where you're in a sailor outfit.
That's
and
actually
you're not
really
wearing any
funny.
pants.
The idea of someone going to like
Hanging
KX
out.
and be like, no, this is just Donald Duck cosplay. It's just subtle. That's why they're like bottomless.
Yeah, they're just wearing a shirt and their fat nutsack is flapping in the wind.
Treston could go as Winnie the Pooh where he's just wearing a red shirt and nothing else.
That's half the recordings.
Did you guys see that one article?
Treston the Pooh? I mean...
No, I don't know.
Yeah. What article?
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to
and?
look it up. Distract the audience.
Okay.
Well, that was not descript at all. Did you guys see that one article? What the fuck are you talking about?
I found it. Okay. I'm going to link it in the chat, okay?
You're going to give me a little bit more information than just...
Okay.
Have you seen this book? It's a book.
Yeah, it's an article. Okay. All right. Tej, can you read the headline of this article when you see it?
I don't let my kids watch Winnie the Pooh because...
Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to click on it. It didn't show the whole title. Okay, this is a Clickle article. And it's titled, I don't let my kids watch Winnie the Pooh because I don't want them idolizing a fat virgin.
Oh,
bother.
Oh, bother. I haven't had sex yet, but I have honey.
Piglet. I'd like some
Isn't
honey.
Winnie the Pooh asexual?
Yeah, he's asexual deviant. Let's
he's
fucking go!
He's a stuffed... Lars, he's a stuffed bear. He doesn't have genitals.
Asexual.
No, like, that doesn't mean he's asexual,
Yes, it does.
TJ. Have you ever seen the Ted movies? No, if you watch the Ted movies, he goes to court and he's mad at the...
We're not...
He's mad at the toy company.
This is Winnie the
for
Pooh.
not giving
We're
him
talking about
a
Winnie the
penis.
Pooh.
Maybe Winnie the Pooh is actually horny and he just doesn't have a dick, so he can't do anything about it.
No. This isn't a teddy bear voiced by Seth MacFarlane. This is Winnie the Pooh.
Are you ruining Winnie
he
the
has
Pooh
Pooh
for
in his
everyone in the
name.
audience?
Listen, Winnie the Pooh's already been ruined because they made a horror movie
Preston,
out
just,
of it, and it's really
if you say
shitty. And
listen,
doesn't
that doesn't
even
mean
look
people
like...
have to listen to
and
your
he's
bullshit.
also banned from China.
Okay. I'm gonna force it on you. Winnie the Pooh's in a horror movie where he just has an ugly mask and kills a bunch of teenagers with big tits.
Yeah, I heard that was
Good
a bad
watch.
movie.
Do you think this episode will be banned in China because we keep mentioning Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the
now?
Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Tristan loves Pooh.
Well, John Cena can't advertise his podcast now. Thanks, bud.
Bing chillin'.
Watashi wa Bing chillin'?
No! Watashi was Japanese, you idiot!
I know!
That is not
I said it to fuck with you.
I thought you were just being R-rated. Okay.
He said, my name is...
No.
He's like, my name is ice cream in Chinese. My name is Bing Chillin'.
I
doesn't make
said it
any
because I knew
sense.
TJ was gonna be
Bing
mad.
Chilling. Lao Gan Ba.
What about your mom?
Cut.
This is the sauce.
Cut.
Ooh.
John Cena loves Lao Gan Ba.
Cut my
Chinese
life
Embassy
into
on line 1.
pieces.
Chinese Embassy
This
on line 1.
is a ski resort.
All right.
Suffocation. No bleeding.
Lars is trying to like yell cut like he's a director at a movie set. Like cut.
All right.
Stop it right there.
So a couple of more topics, by the way. So
Oh, I have a few too.
Okay.
So first of all,
I okay.
all right.
No, it's do it.
So
Do it.
so anyway, okay. First of all,
Do it.
yes.
Yes.
Do it.
I was
Say it.
waiting for the internet cancer to stop for a second.
Shut up, Tristan. Shut the fuck up.
Damn, the roles have been reversed. Okay.
Okay. So first of all, I saw something weird today, which is that someone admitted they were wrong on the internet. That was like the first time I've ever seen that.
Whoa.
Literally. Like I was on
Yeah.
Reddit and someone was like blah 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 blah. And then someone else was like, actually here's the truth. And they sourced it and they kind of explained. The other person was like, I stand corrected. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, it was just like some random Redditors. I thought this was like
No,
a
YouTubers
Yeah, the
would never
YouTubers
admit
just-
they were wrong.
Yeah,
Are you
I
kidding
fucked
me?
up.
Yeah, boy in a band's just like, oh no, I'm sorry for grooming kids. I was wrong for that.
Just to be clear, those are still allegations, though.
I know, but
No,
anyways,
wait, doesn't Charlie
anyways.
say that like he'll admit when he's wrong when he
Charlie
it
got
gets-
into like minor wrongness
like,
controversy recently.
it-
That was weird.
Ooh.
No, I'm just saying like he's like he says that he kind of prides himself on like admitting
Yeah.
when he's wrong. So
But he never really
Yeah.
addressed that Beverly D'Angelo video.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. That's D'Angelo Wallace, by the way, for anyone in the audience. That was confusing.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the actress who was in the vacation
Mhm.
movies.
Was it the whole like was that about like the iDubbbz thing? Is that what
Yeah.
that was about? Because I kind of just stopped paying attention to it after a while.
Yeah. Well, it seems like he got back on that content, so fine.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on here?
What?
Oh, I was just seeing if William wanted to talk about the new Zelda because he's a huge Zelda buff.
Who's
that's all.
William?
Okay, so we're back into Zelda. I did want to bring this up because I've heard people talking about this. But
Lars, I want to get your opinion on it since you've been playing them. But do you think when you're playing and how
It's not just me, is
outside
it,
of the cuts,
Preston?
No, TJ, you're like
What?
full roboting. For a second, I thought my Wi-Fi was being shitty, but then Lars mentioned it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying
TJ
to understand you, bud, but it
becomes
was
his-
like,
am I
Beep,
good?
Beep beep beep.
Hello?
boop,
yes,
bop,
hello.
Beep. Blah, blah, blah.
Am I good?
Yes.
All right, we need a new
Do I-
podcast
do I-
host.
Do it. Hold on. Do I need to hold on? Okay, let me try to fix this real quick.
So, I invited William to speak. He's one of my oldest friends and fans through my content. I've known him for like what, half a decade at this point, and
Yes, half a decade at this point.
that's awesome. And I'm really glad to still see you hanging around because that's a long commitment.
Hello.
And
Hello.
he is going to discuss Tears of the Kingdom.
Am I good now?
Yes, we could hear you.
Can I? Because it's still related to Tears of the Kingdom. Can I explain what I was going to bring up?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
no, we
also-
got it.
Just real quick, William, do you want to be here? Like, just to make sure.
I don't mind.
Okay. Just
I don't mind.
No,
Okay.
because Tristan
as
just kind
long
of
as we
railroaded that
don't-
in. Okay, go ahead.
For
as
the
long as
two
we don't have
people-
him talk about Enumclaw.
Okay.
For the two people that have played Tears of the Kingdom, and I know William has played Tears of the Kingdom because his profile pic is literally Link. So, this was a thing that I've heard people talking about recently. I don't know if it's become part of the Tears of the Kingdom discourse yet, But you know how you're playing the game and you have like outside of the cutscenes where they're like fully voice acted and whatnot.
I know exactly where this is going.
You know how when you talk to the NPCs like with chat bubbles, it's like the old Zelda games where they just like make grunting sounds and it's like very minimal where they're like ugh,
they're like
or whatever. Yeah,
I wish it was like Minecraft Villager, but it's not.
To some people, when they hear the game secondhand, like they hear somebody else playing it, right?
Sex. Sex.
That's some of the NPCs sound very oddly sexual, like they're moaning or orgasming.
Yeah.
For example, the Great
don't
Fairies.
know. Yeah, you don't go to a Great Fairy to upgrade your armor. Well, you are playing in public,
And
especially
I have a TikTok,
not if you're hooked up to a TV screen, because the Great Fairies. I don't know if anyone else is aware of this, but they put fucking jiggle physics on the Great Fairies.
Yeah, they're so
Breath of
fucking
the
hot,
Wild
dude.
and Tears of the Kingdom.
it's not just the Great Fairies either. Apparently, there's some female NPC characters like the shopkeepers that make weird moaning sounds too.
Yeah, but they also
Like
took it one step further with the Great Fairies. That, and in this game, literally all of them hit on Link the first time you talk to them.
Mhm.
Speaking
So
TJ,
What?
I'm gonna add something to your topic. With the moaning of the NPCs and the Great Fairies, like William's mentioning, there's this content creator on TikTok that got a noise complaint.
That's what I
from-
was trying to bring up. I was like, I have this TikTok video that I'm going to post in the recording stage chat.
Okay, go
where
ahead. Never mind.
It's
Go
the
ahead.
guy that lives in an apartment and he got a noise complaint.
So yesterday I got an email from my nano and it reads, "Hi Jian, I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out to remind you about the importance of maintaining a considerate environment for all residents in our building. Recently, I received a complaint from your neighbor regarding our audibility of adult content coming from your apartment. While the sound might not be excessive enough, but still cause discomfort to the neighbor who can hear it. And then keep going on talking about I should be mindful and such." I was like, adult content? I know our words are thing, but I don't think I'm doing that, or at least not on the speaker. Then it clicked. Cause I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom every day since it came out, and I've been trying to upgrade all my armor, and every time you talk to the fairy, it sounds like this. So they think I was watching but I was just playing Zelda. What do I do?
I was gonna bring. This was one of my topics too.
Wait, why are you guys
So
not
if you
doing
want to watch
together?
that video,
You guys both brought in something you
No,
want to discuss mutually.
because I'm trying to bring up the thing I want to discuss, and then Tristan cuts me off and then says it instead. I was like, I was about to say it, so.
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna mention this. I wanted to like make sure it got mentioned because it was one of my topics.
Yeah.
And go ahead, TJ. Go ahead. Oh, this is scuffed.
William, you're not gonna participate any longer because like we're just gonna. If you guys want to watch the clip, just to give you reference of a context of what I'm saying, you could probably put it in the video version if you want to.
TJ, what about like the fairies
What?
moaning? Do you want to bring up like you posted a video? Could you explain it to the audience?
Okay, in the video, there's this guy that just explains that he got an email from his landlord because the other tenants in the apartment were complaining about what sounds like somebody is playing pornographic content.
Yeah.
Because they have very thin walls, so they just hear like, so they think like they're watching something inappropriate. So, and then he realized because he was like, I
cannot wait to isolate those clips of TJ.
I don't watch, adult material like that out loud or whatever. And then he realized, oh, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom recently, and especially the Great Fairies sound pretty sus.
Yeah. Also, I just want to be clear. There's a little bit more context to that video. What you're saying is true, but it's also like the email from the landlord is kind of written in a funny way. Like the email's kind of written from the perspective of someone who's like also a little bit horny, though. It seemed to be like they were like they wrote it like, yeah, no, I understand that people watch adult content and that sometimes they can't get enough of it, but just watch that shit with headphones, man. Okay, we're all like constantly like sexually lubed up. Just do it. Just do it in private. Okay. You want to watch your
bro is just like.
Oh,
Get a Raycon sponsorship.
Yeah.
Do you not blame the people for thinking it's sex noises? Do you think that's also kind of on the person for that's like where their mind goes to when they hear that?
Well, it
out
is
of
kind of
context?
okay. Here's the thing: it's kind of sus sounding, but it's also kind of like if you heard the exact same sound effect kind of over and over again. I mean, I probably
Mhm.
think video game over pornography at this point.
But who was
I
the
don't
neighbor
know, I
that was
probably
complaining
think-
though? Could have been a boomer that doesn't play video games.
Oh, okay.
I probably would think porn just because it's funnier.
But you wouldn't complain about it at that
Hmm.
point.
No, I would just laugh and be like, "Oh, there's the neighbor again watching porn."
Uh-huh.
I just thought this was like an amusing topic because I did literally hear it from another podcast, so I just wanted to
Wait,
bring it
hold
up.
on.
'Cause I know.
Wait, but TJ says we can't
Hold
talk
on.
about other podcasts on this or make
that
references.
was a joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. No, I'm just bringing this topic up. I just wanted to bring the topic up.
It is kind
Yeah,
of funny.
TJ, we can't talk about other podcasts. It's not allowed.
I'm just saying. Because
No, we can't do that, TJ.
Are you guys done?
What do you guys?
We can't.
Try
Yeah,
some
I
rim with that.
identify
Yeah,
as
I was going to move on.
Preston.
Okay. All right. Another thing I want to ask: Do you prefer Zelda games that have full voice acting, or do you prefer it where it's just like the very minimal, like kind of
Well,
and like grunt, like I understand like why those older games were it was just people making grunting sounds because it's like they had hardware limitations and they could have only so much dialogue on the memory.
well,
So
first of all, I meant to say this, by the way. I know that the Pokemon series has its issues, but you know, make sure if you're going to criticize a series for not having voice acting, make sure you criticize all the major Nintendo series for doing that, not just one. Anyway, moving on from
Yeah.
that, I tend to prefer the Zelda games that let you imagine it a bit because I think that's kind of the point. The point is that it's supposed to be like a kid's fairy tale style presentation, right? I mean, it's so that kind of works with that.
I
But the-
think the
the-
reason
the thing with Breath of the
They-
Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is that it's like it's half that, but it's also half the cutscenes are voice acted. But then when you go back into the gameplay, everybody goes back to the minimalist kind of video game gibberish.
Yeah, I
if
don't
that
know if
makes
I
any
like
sense.
the voice cutscenes necessarily.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think a reason they went that direction with this new game is because they're working on green lighting a Legend of Zelda movie, and they want some basis to go off of for Link.
Yeah, it's kind of
Well,
like
there's other
this.
there's other Nintendo games that do have full, like sort of full voice acting. Like the Fire Emblem games have like the characters voice acted.
Right, but it's
For
just
the
rare.
cutscenes.
That's all.
Yeah.
No, because I guess it'd be kind of like that problem that Bill Watterson had with Calvin and Hobbes. That's why there was never
Mhm.
any like video media based on it because he was like really terrified of ever hearing what they sounded like. So that might be why they're biting the bullet here and just getting some voice cutscenes out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they ever want to go with that route. Oh, I'm getting pinged in the chat at discord.gg/thefirstpodcast.
Well, William is bringing up Age of Calamity. You know, like one of the
Well, that doesn't
spin-off
count.
games. Well, that one was more like closer to being full VAs. Isn't that the oh shit what's that I am blanking out. Hold on, I gotta real quick. I'm looking up Age of Calamity. Yeah, it's one of the Warriors spin-off games. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Where it's like
You guys,
yeah.
you guys ever play Cadence of Hyrule?
No.
I
Okay.
want to.
Yeah,
It
me
looks
too.
so good.
Yeah.
I want to play it, and I just want to like boogie and just be like, what?
Nothing. No, because
I
TJ
just-
and I know some of the people
I
who've done
like
some
rhythm
music
games. It's cool.
for
Okay.
Crypt of the Necrodancer. And I remember wanting to get
Mhm.
around to it, I just never did.
Do you guys like when they take a Nintendo property and they kind of like cross it over with a different video game
Yes.
property where they
Yes.
change they make the
Yes.
gameplay
Well,
Yes.
like it,
Yes.
you know, like with Hyrule Warriors being like Dynasty Warriors or Pokken
Yes.
being like Pokemon plus Tekken
yes.
or like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon being like
Yes.
Mystery Dungeon.
wait, hold on. I
Yeah.
like it when
Hold
it's
on.
good, not
okay.
just automatically. Like
I'm just saying.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon,
You
I've
like
never had any interest in whatsoever.
Really? Have you played the original Mystery Dungeon games?
Yeah, I dicked around with them for a little while. They're kind of vaguely related to like the roguelike genre or something like that. There's like procedurally generated.
They're kind of, I think it's like a sort of a spin-off of Dragon Quest, I believe. I've never actually played Mystery Dungeon, so.
Since we're on the video game topic, I have some concerns to bring to the table in regards to that.
By the way, I am listening to a clip real quick that William in the chat sent to us.
Oh.
Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah.
Super Mario
It does
RPG,
kind of sound like
where
sex.
It's you have a Mario game, but it's like in the style of a Square style RPG, like Final Fantasy, but it's just with Mario instead.
Wait, you're talking about Super Mario RPG?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that worked, but I feel like that wasn't too much of a stretch.
Man, I could get off to all these Zelda moans.
Well, I
Here,
don't
let
think
me
you
listen to
could.
the clip too.
Speaking of Nintendo games,
Pikmin.
I am so excited for Pikmin 4, but I'm
I knew
also
You're predictable.
relatively concerned because I played Pikmin 3. I enjoyed it. It was good, but I felt a little bit dissatisfied with it because it felt like it was more basic than Pikmin 2, in my opinion.
Well, because in Pikmin 1, you can fantasize about the fact that the character has canonically had sex, right? So, I mean, it doesn't...
What does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, because he has kids.
I have
All
no
of them are
frame of
fucks.
reference.
You don't know that?
No, because he has kids.
Does he have? Oh, okay, that makes
So
sense.
you had to fuck
I
at least
didn't
twice.
know.
I mean,
Okay.
Yes, guaranteed.
I mean, I don't
But
think the
on a
concept
serious note-
of progenation. I don't think that's weird to put
no,
in a
it's not
game,
weird. It's
so-
just funny to think about like a kiddie Nintendo character having had sex. Like it's very silly.
I mean, Bowser had to have had sex because he has Bowser Jr.
Right, exactly.
So
I think that also Bowser Jr. might have came from like a weird fucky wucky like time portal thing, kind of like Baby Mario and Luigi.
well, didn't they in one of the Mario and Luigi games? I think they had all of the, or was it a Yoshi's Island game? I don't remember. They had all of the. It was like time travel, and they had all of the baby versions of the adult Mario characters, and they even had like Baby Bowser. I think.
You're combining two games. Partner in
Is it-
Time does that partially with like Mario and Luigi as kids, and then
I'm thinking of
Yoshi's
the one where
Island DS has
was
like
the-
Baby Wario and other stuff.
Yeah, it was Yoshi's Island DS, is what I was thinking of, but I was mixing it up with Partners in Time. But I know
I do.
the Baby Mario stuff comes from the Yoshi's Island games. I'm aware.
Yeah, I do still want to stress the point that I am very concerned about Pikmin 4 just because they have spent a decade developing the game,
Mhm.
or at least minimum like 6 years, because they did mention like back in like 2016 that it was in development,
Yeah,
and
kind of going through like those Zelda Mario type development cycles where it's kind of long.
I'm not gonna.
I
could question
don't
the
know
math
if
there,
it was
but go ahead.
that. I'm just giving estimates
Sure.
because we're doing a show. But
Okay.
Yeah.
my brain just relax. Okay, I'm tired. Cut me some slack. I'm here to do a podcast, not be a mathematician. I
Clearly.
don't know what 1 + 3 is.
21.
Okay. I'm just trying to talk about how I'm hoping that Pikmin 4 didn't suffer from like development hell, and it's just more like a kidified version of Pikmin that's just like,
You're
geared
stupid.
towards like kids.
Well, Pikmin's
and
already a
it's not,
kidified
like
version
a
of
difficult
Pikmin.
game.
I mean,
No. Like I don't want the game to be like just more basic and
overly
easy.
simplified to be more
Yeah.
accessible to a broader audience, I guess.
But it's
like
already
that's
like
how
a
I felt with the
kiddie
later new
RTS,
Super.
and that's isn't that what makes it fun?
Yeah.
Partially, but also what made it fun was like the challenge and like the difficulty.
Mm.
Whereas like in the later new Super Mario Bros. Games, they got like painfully easy, and I hope that they don't do that with Pikmin
Well,
because
people also
they want kids to buy it.
This is like a similar thing that people bring up about Pokemon too.
Also, I don't
yeah,
think
like
that
I don't want.
I don't think Mario was ever difficult.
Well, it depends on the game.
Depends on
'cause
the
there's
game.
there's some that are very difficult.
Which one?
Especially like when you play like the Mario Maker games that people make purposely difficult.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about like
levels.
mainstream, not ones where they are where the community crafts them to be a bullshit hard. Like
No, like Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2 is incredibly hard.
I was thinking of Super Mario Bros. 2. That one's notorious. The Japanese version.
Mario 3 also has a good difficulty curve. Super Mario World is more easy, but the Star World levels are very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
If you try and 100% Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, it's very, very difficult.
I don't think so.
Did you
Have
ever
you
get...
ever 100%ed those games? Because it's incredibly difficult.
Yeah, man, I was
to do.
obsessed with Super Mario Galaxy for a while.
Oh, so you unlocked Luigi and then you played through the game through as Luigi?
I don't think I played through as Luigi.
Oh, because the Luigi part is what makes it hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how you 100% it.
Oh, because he has the vacuum. Okay, got it. Anyway,
No. Oh.
He's just, isn't he like a little more slippery? I know he jumps higher, but he's like he kind of slides around a bit more.
There's also a mission that you have to do that's like near impossible, and you cannot get hit once.
Can he?
Yeah.
Does Luigi?
Luigi.
Does Luigi's Does Luigi's slipperiness apply everywhere?
What do you mean?
Like to all parts
Just
of his body?
In terms of how he handles is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well,
yes, Luigi has a slippery cock.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lars.
Yeah, does he? You think
Yes.
he's like, whoa? It's like it just like pops out randomly.
No, you're thinking of Gooigi from Luigi's Mansion 3.
Ew.
Remember Gooigi?
No.
Because I remember the Nintendo Direct trailer where they announced Luigi's Mansion 3, and it's like you could play as Gooigi, and they had like the doppelganger Luigi's that are made of goo.
Is that
Here,
better or worse than the idea for Lord of the Rings Gollum? By the way,
I was gonna say mouthful mode with Kirby, but sure, talk about Gollum.
Oh yeah, I don't really have much to say to it. I feel like my feelings on it are probably similar to others, which is like, why did that exist conceptually in the first place? Like
Isn't it a bit late to be making a game about Gollum? I mean, didn't the Lord of the Rings? I mean, there's the Amazon show, I know, but he's like the Hobbit movies came out like in the early 2010s. He had like Lord of the Rings back in the early 2000s. Like, I know they're gonna reboot Lord of the Rings, yeah, but still, because it looks like the Peter Jackson Gollum, right?
Yeah, well, kinda. It's like the Wish version.
Yeah.
Gooigi!
Yep, there's Gooigi.
Yeah, there's a Luigi made out of goo.
Yep.
So that's great.
Wait, it's kind of like Metal Mario and like Pink Gold Peach. Are they gonna add?
How long have we been going
Luigi
for?
to the Mario Kart roster?
Oh shit! It's been an hour.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, is there any other topics that people want to bring up?
Oh yeah, I mean I have my full stack of them.
Okay.
But hey, Tristan, if you want to do the thing, you can. I'm trying to give you some room to here because of the.
Okay.
It's your call. I'm not gonna like pressure you. I just know that you were.
All right, this isn't something I'm gonna advertise a lot. So since it's like June, haha, everyone's just like, oh yeah, Pride Month and whatnot. I'm just trying to relax and be more comfortable with myself and just kind of go out and say, yeah, I am, I guess, gay, and it's easier just to quickly get it over with and like move on, so I don't have to have that awkwardness anymore.
Just rip it off like a Band-Aid, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And a big reason I was scared to say anything for a long time is I have a very religious family, so like possibly if they hear this, I would be scared about them just disowning me. So there is that. And I know this is a bit heavy of a topic, especially for like how this episode's been just kind of breezy and chill, but it's just kind of the reality of it. And if you know any people like within your inner circle that just need comfort and are struggling with situations like this, please just either direct them to help or be there for them, because it's hard to feel like you're alone and like you can't go to your family. So just, I don't know, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I grew up in a very religious household myself, and to be fair, my parents weren't really to that extent that Tristan's family were, but I still met plenty of people in those circles, and I'm not gay myself, but I knew lots of people who kind of were, And that was like a big problem for them to be able to express themselves. And I feel like, not to say it was like more understandable several decades ago, but even now that attitude persists, and it really, it bums me out because it's something that I'm never gonna have to experience. Like I don't struggle to just exist because of my sexuality. There's never a point at which, you know, like if I chat a woman up, like that's never, the issues with that extend to the possibility that she would just say no. I don't have to worry about getting serious social ostracization, or in some cases even worse. And it, you know, it breaks my heart, man. Yeah, I think I
I will
mentioned this
say
before
this.
that the. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, just 1 second. Coughing fit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just mention, yeah, this podcast is a very LGBT friendly space. You know, TJ and I have said for years now that occasionally we'll make a point of having an LGBT guest on the show just for the sake of trying to get some representation out of there. And you know, we don't try to make like a huge deal out of it or anything. It's just an effort we make behind the scenes to include some minority guests from time to time on purpose. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that, you know, we'd like to get some more perspectives out there, and the show has always been open to that.
To help you out with what you're elaborating on, from someone that falls within that category Lars is discussing, it's nice to be able to have a voice and talk about extreme issues like this, because I was discussing with my family the other day, and my brother's been working on like this gigantic paper that is about how being gay is an abomination, and how also trans people are like against the Bible, and it's like a wicked depiction of like destroying what God intended through his creation in Genesis, because he likes to quote a lot in the beginning God made, like, you know, man and woman, stuff like that. So that's a huge reason why I'm just scared to exist, because even like hearing that a couple days ago, and almost daily my mom sends me emails talking about like how bad it is to be gay, and how like the woke people are destroying America, and how I live in Washington, a state that's extremely terrible, and full of people that are gender confused, and how I should move away to an area that's better and is more like-minded for people like us. So, and what I mean for people like us is she was referring to like more conservative people.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about this to like, you know, say like my family are bad people, because I still care about them. It's just they're so solidified in their beliefs that it's suffocating to try and exist around them sometimes, because I don't know how to ever just be myself without getting, you know, hate for it, or trying to like force an intervention, or me being ostracized from my siblings. So I usually just don't, or I just keep a little bit of distance from me and my family. And it's been really hard to do that as well, because I've been suffering from an extreme injury where I have neurological damage, and to do that on your own without family is extremely difficult and lonely. So I don't know, it's just hard waking up every day and looking in the mirror and just seeing that you're a monster, and the reason you're alone is because of something you have tried to ignore and change and feel like you can't control. So there's that. I don't know. I just think that I just wish a lot that I could have been quote unquote what they would say is normal, so I can just easily coexist with my family, because I do miss still having like closeness with them, because they're my family, you know. I'm always going to care about them, even if they are very solidified in what they believe. Like, it's hard to let go of the fact that like you still love your family, and I'm not saying that I'm trying to let go of that. It's just it's lonely, how it is now, and probably going to stay that way, because I don't think they're ever going to listen to the end of an episode because of all the cursing at the beginning, which is why I kind of strategically told this at the end of a podcast episode. But
Yeah.
I figured if there's any time to discuss issues like this, it's during like a month for awareness with people that suffer in a community of, it's, you know what I mean, people that are suffering.
For sure. And this is actually why I always encourage people to, if they don't have, if they can't find that within their own families, to go explore the internet in particular and start to forge their own. Because there are, if you're listening, there's a lot of spaces online for this at this point. Even if you live in like the deep south or something and you're just like absolutely fucked when it comes to your sexuality prospects, there are places you can go to talk about that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of people in the audience can probably relate to what you're saying, Justin, because this is a very common experience, even in 2023.
Well, and I don't like talking about it because there's always the negative connotation of, oh, you're just doing it for attention, or like, oh, it's Pride Month, of course people are just gonna try and get attention for that. Like, no, I'm just sad and it hurts, and I wish that it was different. Like, I don't like feeling this way, like that just me existing is the reason that my family is gonna hate me.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought. Never mind. Go ahead and continue.
And I apologize that this is heavy, and I don't mean to like get emotional. It's just hard to stay composed when discussing serious stuff like this because I've never really discussed this much with anybody, except for like in private with like, you know, TJ and Lars, because when you do like a show with people, you got to like lay down like, hey, this is an issue that I kind of have to keep under wraps until I'm comfortable to talk about it.
It's just also, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's just also kind of, I want to say the word funny here, because I came around to gay rights probably in the late 2000s, the aught, because I was raised to be homophobic, but I was deprogrammed when I went to college. And so it's like, it's something that at this point for a good 15 years now that I would characterize as a non-issue to me. Like, it doesn't faze me at this point that people have sexual identities that are different from my own. So it's just, it's like, I understand why it happens, but it's so bizarre to still see that, to see people like upset, like that someone would be gay or bisexual or have a different gender than they thought they did, or to just not really have a gender at all. Like, it's not that big of a deal, and it's so weird to me that people make it a big deal.
Being raised the same way of just like, you know, absolutely hating gay people is just it's kind of messed me up mentally, because I hate myself heavily now, and every time I see myself, it's just like, yeah, you're the reason you're alone, and that's not going to change because you've tried ignoring this and it just doesn't work. And you're just a monster.
Well, it's like, also, you know, anyone actually still thinks that, it's like, well, okay, then go be gay. You know, like if you're a straight person, go, you know, have sex with a dude. You're probably not gonna, because that's not how that works. Like, that's just not how sex. You don't. People don't really think this through. That's all. But yeah,
This was like a serious topic. I was, you know, trying to keep it that way. I didn't want to crack any jokes or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't really talking that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than it's just, when you think like that, it does really hurt people. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. I don't know. Let consenting adults do what they want. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I also didn't want to like overtly mention any sort of like political stuff, because I know you guys wouldn't want me to talk about that on the podcast. So just kept it to let Trust and have the floor, basically.
I think we were just kind of focusing on kind of the effects of the family, I think, today, because that's a big topic, and that's something that I think, even politics aside, tends to affect the community a lot.
Well, that's what I mean is like I was thinking of like kind of the broader effect that conservative propaganda has had on people, especially in the past few years. So,
Mhm. But I think that's,
You know,
I
how-
don't know, because I also remember reading recently that I think like the support for gay marriage is like at an all-time high at this point, despite that.
yeah,
So,
what was like I was gonna mention like during like the 2016 election. I'm not gonna go too far into politics, but like when Trump was running, he was like going on a platform where he was like pro LGBT.
he's not.
Like, you know, LGBT for Trump. Have you seen those old videos? It's just really weird saying that. I know he's not,
No,
but
he's
it was just
definitely
like
not.
that's what he was running. He was running on that, and then over time, sort of like the talking points about the LGBT kind of shifted because that's like what the think tanks started kind of putting out there in like Fox News and things like that. That because like I guess because they overturned Roe v. Wade, they needed to move on to something else to attack, and I guess they wanted to focus on LGBT issues. So
Yeah.
I was trying to not go too deep into the political talk. So you just kind of see the effects of like the Republican Party being infiltrated by evangelicals. So
It is weird.
because a lot of the arguing points are rooted in the Bible. So
It's not though. Like Tristan was mentioning that apparently like it talks about trans people in the Bible. It doesn't. It objectively
doesn't.
does not.
it doesn't. Yep.
People try to interpret. They try very hard to interpret little verses here and there that could kind of sort of maybe be related to like a cousin of the topic, like the whole thing about what God made
Yeah.
men and women is. That's not.
It
That's
also
not what that's
it,
about. Come on. What's up?
it also depends on the translation that they're reading too, because like stuff will get lost in translation. Because like the first half, like the Old Testament was like written in Hebrew, and then like the New Testament was written in Greek, and you'll get a lot of mistranslations because like the King James version was a translation from the Latin translation into English, and a lot of stuff gets like kind of fucked around with that translation. Because like
Yeah, biblical
people be
translation
like,
is
you
a
need
whole.
to
Go ahead.
because I have a parent that harps on me like I need to read the Bible more, but it's like I don't think a lot of these people that make these points don't seem to actually have read the Bible, because they're like, I think I've read the Bible a bit more than some people, so
Yeah,
and it kind of makes me drift in the other direction. So
a lot of people don't really read the Bible itself. They just kind
they
of
just
hear
cherry
about it on
pick
Sundays.
verses. Yeah, they cherry pick the verses that they like. Yeah.
All right, do you guys want to wrap things up? By the way,
Mm-hmm. Because I could probably save the Spider-Verse talk for a later episode.
yeah, I
Like,
should
at
probably
least
go
until
watch it.
Lars watches it. Yeah,
Tristan, have you seen it?
I watched it with him.
Yeah, I watched it with TJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it might be a good time to wrap it up. We've been going for a while.
Okay,
Mhm.
we'll save it for another episode.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Which one do you guys want to? Which one do you guys wants to take us out?
Am I still in the call?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. My computer went into power saving mode. And I was
Oh.
like, oh shit. It does that sometimes. So I was like,
Yeah, fair
because
enough.
it cuts all the audio out. I was like, oh fuck. Let's see. Well, don't we need to plug ourselves?
Yes. So, Tristan, if
Okay.
people want to find your YouTube channel, what's the best way to do that?
Go on YouTube and search Spaghetto. You'll find all the thumbnails of me screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiege, I think it is. How do you find your SoundCloud?
It's literally just soundcloud.com/Tej. I do have a YouTube channel, but I don't update it as much. But I guess if you want to see like my Ableton project files there that I recorded with OBS, I guess you could watch that too. I have a really dumb username that I came up with when I was in middle school that's still there, which is Slim Homie, because I guess I was just partially thinking of, I don't know, Slim Thug and Slim Shady, like Eminem, I guess. I
Yep.
don't know why.
Better than Pogo's old username. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Guys, you've been listening to the first podcast. Go to discord.gg/thefirstpodcast if you want to tune into these episodes live and say ridiculous things in the chat and listen to our insane bullshit about absolutely nothing at all. And also, patreon.com/T1podcast gets you bonus episodes of the show, early release privileges to all this content and Treston's as well over at the Spaghetto channel, and more. Next week, we're going to be recording with... I have forgotten. Let me scroll down.
Oh,
carefully.
we're recording with a fan suggestion. Well, the name of the channel is Let's Read, and they do readings of horror and sci-fi. So,
Nice.
Oh, it was the Beatles Project that suggested him. So
Thank you, the Beatles
thank
Project.
you to
By the way,
the Beatles
guys,
Project.
if you guys want to add some guest suggestions, we do have a channel for that here on the Discord. So go ahead and pop them in there.
Yep. There's a thread under podcast chat called guest suggestions. Just pop it right in there.
Yeah. Also, we have upcoming recordings with Solid JJ, Explosions and Fire, Ninja Muffin 99, that's the Friday Night Funkin' creator, Booty Swagga from the Pay Money Wubby crew, and Aaron from Bats in the Sun. So you can go ahead and tune
don't
into
forget
those.
Sean Boland from Hang Time too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
He
we
wants
just
to come
recently
on.
confirmed that. So we got a lot of recordings coming up the next couple months, and we'll go ahead and see you there. DJ, you got any parting words for us?
Well, just go to your local grocery store, go to the canned soup aisle, find a can of SpaghettiOs, and that's how you find Tristan.
Oh, okay. Wait, Tristan, can you eat SpaghettiOs?
I don't think so.
Are you trying to gaslight me?
Oh, I found a song on my computer where it's like this kind of like it's like this
Wait, are we
RPG kind
starting
of
the-
deep house song, but there's this
Are we
random
starting the
clip.
show?
There's this random clip where Jakiki just says, "I'm a sassy black woman named Jakiki" in it. And it's very weird.
I'm a sassy black woman named Jakiki.